Greetings everybody, I am Batman. Which is how Batman would introduce himself if he was doing a commentary, but instead I'm Solidus-Skully and welcome back to Batman Arkham Asylum. Yes indeed, we have to save the Batmobile. Batman's car is under attack. And yeah, it's also where we get into the game's combat system some more. Now, it doesn't really get any more complex than what you're seeing here. It's really just reliant on rhythmic button presses, which does actually lead me into a bit of combat trivia. At least in terms of how it was initially set up, and I guess partially what still remains in the game itself. Although I should probably talk about the gadget we're going to be getting first, so save that trivia for later. But anyway, we open the boot of the Batmobile, and what do we get as our prize? The drug injector. By which I mean the explosive gel. Yeah, this is pretty much used to blow up walls, surfaces, basically anything with a weakened surface layer, which we can use to blow up, as we're going to be demonstrating right here, where a Riddler trophy lies beneath. You can usually tell what weakened surfaces are based on detective mode, but you can also see specifically what it looks like based on, well, the fact that they use the same weakened wall textures, so whether you're in detective mode or out of detective mode, it's all pretty obvious, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. In fact, look at it, it's even highlighted there for you. You have pretty much up to 3 explosive gel charges, plant them down, and you can obtain Secrets! I love Secrets! And yeah, these are the Riddler maps. Collect this, and then Riddler will say, "Aha, I'm victorious, even though I left this map for you, Batman. I somehow win." Excuse me. But yes, as you can see here with those floating green question marks, this pretty much tells you the location of Riddler trophies and or riddles. Which is what we're going to be going after again. I said I was going to continue the plot, but I lied. Well, I mean, we are sort of continuing the plot. We are pretty much picking up Gordon's trail and figuring out where he's been taken to. But in the meantime, though, we're, you know, also having to search around for trophies, because I must destroy the Riddler. And yes, we won't be hearing about Joker's thing for quite a while, but we did get a hint in Riddler's interview tapes last time about something called Titan. Could this be a reference to Teen Titans? Well, no. Actually, I don't even know if the Teen Titans are a thing in the Arkham universe. I'm gonna say yes? Because, I mean, technically the Justice League, Superman, and I suppose Wonder Woman technically exist in this universe? As well as a couple of other heroes, like Arkham Knight confirmed that Ted Cord Blue Beetle is a thing in this universe. Oliver Stone, Green Arrow. So yeah, some heroes are around, it's just we never really hear much about them, or see much of any of them. I mean, we did get a Lex Luthor cameo in Arkham Knight, so anything's possible, I suppose, but it's neither here nor there in this case. In the meantime, though, back to the combat gameplay. Yeah, Arkham Asylum's combat schema was initially going to be rhythm-based, less in the ilk of what you're seeing in the final game, and more so kind of akin to stuff like Guitar Hero and Rock Band, before being refined into what it was today. Which you can sort of see somewhat in its gameplay formula, in the sense that, again, you have to rhythmically time, you know, how you counter enemies, or how you attack them, and which enemies you target, because, again, it's not single combat-focused enemies, you know, pulling off, you know, like light and heavy attacks, you know, square, 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 triangle, or anything like that. It's really more a case of, like, you know, punch one enemy, punch the other enemy, make sure you get a 3x combo to take them down. With a few moves here and there to spice things up, like, you know, a throw ability where you can pick enemies up and throw them around, or using a takedown, which you press the, I believe it was the square and triangle buttons, or was it the circle and triangle buttons? Whatever, you're basically getting, like, an instant takedown move to knock them out instantly, or you can use batarangs. Again, really, from a simplistic combat scheme, does a beautiful flea-throwing system spawns. Yeah, it makes sense in Portugal. But anyway, it's where we learn about some new Batman characters, or, well, new, they've been around since the 40s, but yes, we have Tweedledip and Tweedleshit. I'm guessing these two like to team up with the Mad Hatter a fair bit, because they're obsessed with Alice in Wonderland, and Tweedledip and Tweedledump, fuck, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much these two. They debuted in the 40s, so yeah, they're one of the older Batman villains, but neither here nor there in this case. But still, to go back in terms of the combat schema, it is, again, I'd say, it's difficult for me to say revolutionary, because a few games have used it in the years since. I believe the most notable examples was like the Captain America movie tie-in game, I think the Amazing Spider-Man also used the Arkham combat scheme, and Spider-Man 2018 definitely took its cues and lumps from Batman Arkham Asylum, so yeah, there is that, but I mean, I don't know, it's an interesting way of handling the combat, I'd say. Not my personal favourite, again, I'm still very much one for that sort of God of War, Devil May Cry kind of hybrid, but still, no faulting a solid combat scheme, especially since it does sort of fit the Batman rather well. Oh, damn. Sorry, I have a bit of gunge in my throat. Probably should have had a drink of water before I started this, but heck, relatively short part today, so it's neither here nor there in this case. Shut up, Riddler. I will find you, and I will destroy you. But in the meantime, it's probably around about time we continue searching for riddles, and also get back, because it is here, right outside the facility, that Gordon has left us a little clue. Right before he was taken away by Harley and Joker, and right before the thugs decided to attack the Batmobile by going jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin appears to have ovulated, the Batmobile lost its wheel, and the Joker got away, because that part is actually true. The Joker is away. But the Batmobile did not lose its wheel, so it seems that the Joker is still here. Hey, Christmas song. I wonder how that actually came about, really. Maybe it was a thing of the 60s show? I'm not too sure. Maybe it was a comic book thing, actually. What is the origin of the Jingle Bells Batman Smells song? Yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just like general pop culture stuff that kind of got seeped into the brain. Yeah, I don't know, it makes for a fun childhood jingle, but now it is time for us to enter detective mode to do detective work. Scanning, scanning, scanning for evidence. Sound effects.
Wild country. Gordon's favorite tobacco. Gordon's smarter than he looks. Left me a trail to follow.
Oracle, I found a pipe. It has your father's initials carved on it.
It was a birthday gift I gave him last year. There's no way he'd leave it.
Exactly. He's left me a trail to follow. He's alive, Barbara.
Back on the trail. Oh yeah. So, we're pretty much done with this section of Arkham Island, so now it's time to move on to our third and final sector of the island. Which, I mean, again, there are more locations that we're going to be exploring both in this video and in the next part, so stay tuned. But, yeah, this is pretty much our last general lay of the land, and now I pretty much have to think of something else to say, which, I don't really know, given what I've already talked about, or what's a spoiler. Well, I mean, I guess I am also showing off some additional riddles and where to find them, if on the off chance that you want to go there on your own playthroughs and are using this as a guide, although I won't show all of them, because that's for the cleanup video to decide. And I'm still trying to find things to say, but the problem is that, again, for my handy-dandy tangents, it also doubles as like a little command meld cheat sheet, because, and again, it's weird, like, I mean, you're already seeing Birth by Sleep, you know, I mean, especially by the time you see in your part, Birth by Sleep is already a thing being uploaded. But at the time of me recording this commentary, I'm recording Birth by Sleep for Ventus' story, but it's not a thing yet, but these parts are, and my brain, whatever. We have to stop these thugs from ruining the visitor center by painting signs of the Joker, so they will fall down to the powerful stench that is the Bat Armpit of Justice. Stinky Batman blurg. Stenchy victory. But yes, the visitor center is also a place that you're going to want to pay close attention to. Why? Well, let's just say it will come into play later. By which I mean right now. Because, as you can see here, it's quite mysterious. And how do you hide a secret from the world's greatest detective? You hide it right under his pointy little nose, and wait!
Come in! Sit down! Take off your mask! So, Bats, I was thinking, you really could use a friend in here. Someone to talk to, share secrets with. Shall we start with the big one? Who is that behind the mask? Why do you feel the need to go out into the world and fight people like me? Do you really think you can win? We'll see.
We will defeat you, Joker. But yes, this is also a scene where, well, okay, the Visitor Center scenes are basically something you can access pretty much at any point in the game, and you'll continue to get updated Joker, well, let's just call it what it is here, Joker therapy sessions, where he's just like, "Oh, Batman, I love you so very much, I cannot live without you, and you can't live without me, because I know you have a bat boner for the Joker." So on and so forth. So again, you can pretty much revisit these sequences all throughout the game, but yeah, I think I managed to get most of them, but I might think I miss out on one or two, but I can't really be sure on that. In the meantime, though, let's get back to the plot at hand and talk to this guard right here.
Batman, what's going on? The crazies are moving towards the medical facility. What's Joker doing?
He's trying to take over the island piece by piece. It looks like medical is his next target. Has anyone got out of the building?
I saw a doctor try and get out. He was torn apart. Throw it in the water. He never stood a chance.
You wait here. I'll be back.
Yes, I'll be back. When you're dead. Lying down on the floor over there, for that matter. Yeah, but yeah, after this point, the guards are pretty much dead. They're all dead. Thrown into the sea. Because Batman cannot save them. But yes, here's a rather annoying riddle that we can't get to immediately, even though we can just barely peek through. But yeah, this is the solution to the riddle. Zaz is counting on you to find his work, which is one of the other creepy facets about Victor Zaz. His modus operandi. He likes to pose his victims, the zombies crawling through their daily life, just waiting for the mark. Yeah, he likes to kill his victims, pose them, and carve a tally mark into his skin. Tally-ho, gentlemen! But yeah, we're also going into the penitentiary. An area we can't quite access just yet, even though you think you might, but Joker did plan for this, so he locked down the area because he's doing a bit of remodeling for the Batman. But yeah, you can access this area just a little bit early, at least for the sake of getting one or two riddles and an interview tape here and there, so it's all good. Ooh, punched right in the dick, and he clutches his head. That is to say, his cerebral cortex, not his penis head. Oh yeah, relaxing. It is also quite funny to see Arkham Asylum in action though, because again, when you punch the goons in the right way, you can get some absolutely flip shit ragdoll physics to really behold here, and it's quite funny. Breaking news, Freak Storm. Oh, no, there's also another newspaper that I think I show off right here, if I can find it. Yeah, somebody who I presume is one of the developers, or he looks more like a Kip from fucking Napoleon Dynamite. Because he loves technology, but not as much as Batman. But yeah, try and enter this facility earlier on, and the Joker will say, "Go away, Batman, I'm preparing the later game." Which again is part of the reason why Riddler is working for Joker insofar as distracting Batman with riddles and a bunch of other stuff. By the way, important thing to notice about the Joker teeth is that, again, you might think that if you collect the Riddler map it'll reveal where the Joker teeth are, but no, they seem to be Joker exclusive, so yeah, Joker teeth might be one of the last things you end up missing when it comes to hunting down all the Riddler stuff, but yeah, you can usually tell where the Joker teeth are, mainly by the chattering and the chuckles that are there to taunt the Batman. And given the fact that in the description it says that Riddler finds them annoying, I guess maybe the Joker teeth are meant to be more Joker's thing than Riddler's, so yeah, I mean, makes sense. But anyway. By the way, you can actually go into the menu to actually hear voice lines of the Riddler reading out the riddles for you. It's a mirror.
Easy, isn't it? Well, we'll see.
Yes, Riddler, you will see as I pound your face into the ground. A riddle 72 hours in the making. And yeah, this is what the cop was blocking with his arm beforehand. Freak Storm. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. I thought maybe the person in the thing might have meant to be like Firefly or something, but I don't think so. Also, I don't know if the text is something you can actually read if you examine the text up close. You never really get to, and it might just be a whole thing of like lorem ipsum filler garbage that you usually see some, TV shows and video games use when they're trying to fill up text. Although then again, sometimes they will actually put in like unique hidden messages, like if you can read this text, you're a dumbass. Or, actually one of my personal favorites from the Red Dwarf episode Backwards, where, again, I had the whole episode done in backwards audio, but they knew that somebody would find the episode and, like, use a tape recorder to reverse what they're saying, and again, the character says something akin to, "Yeah, but I'm not directly addressing you, I'm addressing the one git in the country who managed to get a hold of this recording and turn it round. What a sad life he's got." Well, wonders never cease about life before the internet and, you know, everybody's mild curiosity when they had a tape recorder, and a lot more things to do in their lives. And yeah, if you were thinking you could swim away from Arkham Island, no. Batman has a job to do, and he must stay here. But in the meantime, though, we've still got more riddles to collect, so, yeah, we will be heading to the medical facility right at the end of the pod. We will be saving those doctors and Commissioner Gordon. For Commissioner Gordon Bleu, which is the French name for Commissioner Gordon. But yeah, we'll pretty much be doing that next part, so more plot stuff happens next time, but here we have a bit of plot and a bit of riddles, sprinkled around like a hint of, sprinkles on ice cream. But yeah, this really should be the last part of any major sort of faffing about. Everything else, in relation to the Riddler trophies, I'm pretty much just going to be leaving as I either get them on the way, or I'm just going to get them off screen, so, you have been warned. Sufficiently and thoroughly. But yeah, in terms of, and again, probably the last time I'll really say that, in terms of how hunting for Riddler trophies goes in this game, it's not as strenuous as you might think if you're getting Riddler trophies as you go, and occasionally go back and comb areas when you get new gadgets. Again, you are rewarded for doing so with experience points, which you can use to upgrade Batman's equipment and get better gear. So again, it is worth doing a lot of this stuff, and it's nowhere near as strenuous as it would be in Arkham City or Arkham Knight, where they were spread out over a much larger area, which does kind of bring a bit of contention with those designs in comparison to the more small-scale Arkham Asylum. But at the same time, though, it is a system that rewards itself, and we've picked up Gordon's trail of Wild County cigars. Yes, tobacco. Smoking is good, because it helps Batman find you. And is a slightly more plausible way of tracking somebody down than, you know, somebody's alcoholic breath. I mean, especially in this case, since Gordon is intentionally leaving, you know, clues for Batman to follow, so... Yeah, I mean, Commissioner Gordon himself, like, I mean, he isn't, you know, completely useless without Batman's help. He does have detective experience, it's just that he is but one man, but it could be so much more. That's, yeah, he just lacks the arsenal of the Batman, which he only really has with his massive fortune, because, yes indeed, if Batman was as broke as I was, he wouldn't be giving half a shit about saving Gotham. He'd be, I don't know, drinking beer and commentating over video games, which is probably why he would introduce himself with the "Greetings, everybody. I am Batman, and welcome to the commentary over Skully Arkham Asylum, in the bizarre Elseworlds tales where Skully became an Avenger of the Night, while Batman was but a YouTube commentator person who does commentaries. God, what a universe that would be. Anyway, it's time for more combat, but all those Joker teeth and I'm distracted. Yeah, I was actually trying to pull off the throw move, but I completely forgot the button combination. It's actually X and square in order to do that, but I completely forgot because, yeah, I don't really use the the throw combination all that often when it comes to combat, so yeah. Except when it comes to commentaries, I tend to get into a bit of a mindset where I try and show off as many moves as I possibly can, even those that I wouldn't normally use in a regular playthrough, so yeah, that's pretty much my bane to bear, but let's keep the thoughts of Bane completely out of our mind for the time being, because on that note, I am Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time on the Batman Arkham Asylum commentary, well, we're going to be entering the medical facility, where we will find Commissioner Gordon, and perhaps something more. Catch you next time.
Hey, scram, bats! This is my me time.
Where's Gordon?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm over here.
Shut up!
Ah, you crazy bitch.
Harley!
Ah!
What's he doing here? It's too early!
I'm sorry, Puddin'. Don't be angry with me. Mwah!
Oh, you little minx. I can never stay mad at you.
Sorry, B-Man. You'll have to find another way. Bye-bye now.
This way's blocked. Better search outside for another way in.